Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be counting down my personal top 10 favorite Spirit Halloween animatronics. Now I'm personally just going to be ranking these mostly from the years 2010 to 2021, since I really don't remember anything prior to 2010, really 2011. But on my old channel I made 2 videos, but this is another new list. Because my opinions change a lot, so I'm gonna make a lot of these every once in a while. But for now, this is my first top 10 Spirit Halloween animatronics on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoy. So let's just get to the list.
The Reaper comes in dark of night.
So number 10 is actually a prop from 2021. It's Mr. Dark. I know a lot of you guys expect him to be higher, which, don't get me wrong, he's still really good, but I just like some props better. But I'm gonna say this already, this is definitely the best jump scare prop, and probably Spirit's most professional prop. I think, personally, my favorite thing about it isn't even the outside, it's the inside. The fact that Techie used metal, and some gears were made of metal too, will make him last much longer. Although, for some reason, I also have heard many cases of him being very faulty, which isn't good. But I love his audio, it's like classic Techie. I love his appearance. I think his clothing could have more detail, but I don't really know what else you could detail it with. His head is fairly detailed too. It's kind of a weird head. It's like a skeleton alien thing. And he looks fairly small in pictures, when he's in the down position, but he's still massive. I have him in person. His head is absolutely massive, and overall, this is definitely one of Spirit's scariest prop, and probably their most professional prop, and probably their best jump scare prop. I love the red light up eyes. I just love everything about it. But I do have a few critiques, is that this is just me personally. Mine came with the metal for the base was kind of cheap on mine, which isn't good seeing how strong his motion is, so I do not want that to crack. And also I've seen others his mech is good quality, but some things around his mech aren't the best quality. But still, the fact that Techie used metal is absolutely insane, and I gotta give him my number 10 pick. Although just prop wise, he's probably one of the best props of all time for sure.
Look at me, just as all the others have. Now that I have you, your soul will be mine forever.
And my number 9 pick is going to go to the Harvester Souls. Now, just prop-wise, Mr. Dark is probably better, or scare factor-wise. And also, this guy is also fairly faulty, since he's mostly made out of plastic. But this is Spirit's definitely most unique prop. It's from 2020, so another newer prop. Just the idea of it is just so good. When I first saw him, I thought he'd just be a vampire, which is cool. He's more like a demon vampire, but I thought he'd just do normal vampire stuff, maybe move side to side. I don't think anyone expected him to do this. And just the fog machine idea was just so clever. Definitely the best use of fog by far. I do kind of wish the fog machine came with it, considering his price is $300. I forgot to mention this, but Mr. Dark's price was $250, and considering that he's a professional scare prop, that's definitely good. and his motion's insane. He is 300, doesn't even come with a fog machine, and his motion's fairly standard. But the main reason I just really like him is just for the idea. This is definitely Spirit's most unique prop, and I don't know, I really like him. His black cloak has barely any detailing. Same with the girl. The girl doesn't look the best, but she looks decent. His mouth is very big. There's a lot of lights going on, like his eyes light up. Both their mouths light up to make the soul illusion. But without the fog machine, it really isn't as good. So they kind of need a fog machine. So plus a fog machine, it's like, and plus like tax or whatever, it's like almost $350, which is kind of insane because like prop wise, Mr. Dark is definitely like scarier. But this guy will definitely be a showstopper if you use him in a display or a hunt, whatever. And also speaking of display, it's kind of hard to display him because like you want to see both their faces, so like you need to like display him to the side. It's kind of a tough position to display him in. But personally, I like him better than Mr. Dark, but prop wise, Mr. Dark's probably better. But I really, really enjoy this guy. So let's move on to number 8. At number 8, we have Demonica, who came out in 2010 and 2011, I believe. There's the pink one, or the pink/purple one, and the white one. Personally, I prefer the pink/purple one. I think it just looks better. And she's been reskinned like so much, but I always prefer the original. I think there was like the male zombie one. And the Howler, I believe, but she's my favorite. I love her motion. It's just so unique. Techie did an outstanding job on her. I'm just really nostalgic for her. I love her clothing detail. I love her face details. Absolutely horrifying. She is supposed to be a zombie, but she honestly looks sort of like a vampire to me. Like, kind of like a mix of the two. But this is definitely a very, very terrifying prop. If you put this in any display, people are probably going to be scared. The detail on the face is very good. The hands, honestly, are just kind of normal plastic hands. Nothing insane. But I just really enjoy her as a prop. I love her red light-up eyes. As I said, I love her motion. Her audio is absolutely terrifying. And yeah, Techie did an outstanding job on her. So far, Techie's been in the first 3 of the list, so Techie's definitely one of my favorite companies. Sometimes their quality can be a bit but I love their props. Anyways, let's move on to number 7.
Looks like you could use a smile. Come a little closer and I'll carve one for you. Why do I have this stupid grin on my face? It's because they scooped out all my brains and made pies out of them. Enjoy your dessert. That's a very pretty face you have there. You should look even prettier decorating my porch with a candle in your mouth.
And for number 7, we have Pumpkin Nestor, who came out in 2013 and was also in 2014, I believe. Now, I actually saw him in person last Halloween because some neighbor had him on the house. And let me just say, in person, he is massive. He is so big. I love his suit. I love his pumpkin head. His feet are so detailed. I don't know why he's on a swing, But, like, I just love the appearance of Pumpkin Nestor himself. I don't really care for the swing aspect. But just, like, the idea and stuff is so good. I love his voice. I love his appearance. His motion, honestly, isn't that good. His swing kind of sucks, and his mouth movement kind of sucks. But just as a prop, I absolutely love him. And this is a YJ prop, so that's pretty cool. Now, 2021 related was kind of weird because everyone thought he was going to come back, and he's one of my favorites, so I'd gladly pick him up if he actually came back. But for some reason, they brought Lil Nestor back, even though he was going to come back with, like, his photo and stuff. I don't know, it just seems kind of random. I feel like they were going to get back Pumpkin Nestor, but, like, for some reason they couldn't, so they just did the closest they could and just came out with Lil Nestor. I don't know, it was just really weird to me, and I personally don't like Lil Nestor as much. He's kind of okay to me. I like Pumpkin Nestor much more, but that's just my opinion. I still like Lil Nestor, but I don't know, it's just weird that he came back instead of Pumpkin Nestor. Just seems kind of random. I forget his price. Let me see what his price is. Okay, his price was around $200, $180 in 2013 and $200 in 2014, which I think's a decent price. And also Demonica was around $100. I don't remember exactly her price, but it's a decent price considering how just massive he is. He is very, very big in person. Trust me when I say that. Yeah, but, like, his swing is kind of cheap, honestly, but I just love the detail on, like, his feet. I love that there's, like, vines going up and stuff. I love that he's wearing, like, a suit. I love his hands. I love his face. He also has green LED eyes, which I think is pretty cool. But overall, just a very strong prop and one of my personal favorites. So let's move on to number 6. So at number 6, we have another prop that I own. I forgot to mention this, but I own Mr. Dark and Harvester Souls. The rest of them I don't really own. Well, I'll explain the ones I own later on the list, but that's besides the point. It's Silent and Deadly Clown, made by Taelyux. I don't exactly know how to pronunciate their name, but this is one of my all-time favorites. Definitely my favorite clown. In general, the only clowns that I mainly care for, like original clowns, are like 2013, the Clown Train props, because honestly, those are literally the only ones that I care for. And like some of the earlier ones, like Uncle Charlie, I guess. Uncle Charlie's still overrated. His quality sucks. But like really the only modern clowns I care for is like Pennywise and Creepy Towering Clown. Although Creepy Towering Clown's definitely overrated. But anyways, that's besides the point. He is seriously one of the creepiest props. The detail on him is so insane. His animation's kind of bad, honestly. Or, it's not bad, it's just simple. He just moves side to side. I don't really know what else he'd do. But just the detail on him, and if you put him in the right lighting, is absolutely terrifying. I'm just looking at pictures of him so I can reference it to the script. Some people put him in good lighting. He's very scary. The detail on his face looks so much like a human. His clothes are all dirty. His hat looks amazing. His knife is bloody. Definitely one of my all-time favorite props, and I'm really glad I own him. And in general, I actually have almost every Clown Train clown, besides Thrashing Clown and the Clown Mirror. Although, honestly, Thrashing Clown, I don't really care for, honestly. And I just don't really like the Clown Mirror. Thrashing Clown's still good, but I almost have every clown train that I want. I'm glad Wackymole came back because I didn't have him 2013, so I got him so I could add him to my collection for the clown train. But yeah, I want to eventually someday get every clown train prop because that honestly is one of my favorite themes. Just the clowns in it were amazing, and my personal favorite one was Silent and Deadly. His audio's just shushing sounds. It's really nothing insane. It is kind of creepy though, but honestly, even if he does break, if you have him, you can use him as a static, put him in dark lighting, and he's still equally as creepy. My collection-wise, he's definitely one of the creepiest props. He's very, very scary. And if you ever find a good price for him on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, 100% recommend picking him up. One of my all-time favorites. And now let's move on to number 5. So, number 5 is Rosemary Zombie Girl. Personally, my favorite possessed prop. Motion-wise, she kind of puts her head down, her mouth moves, her head moves side to side, and she lunges. Personally, I think the lunging's a little pathetic, in all honesty. Her lunging takes 40 seconds to kick in, and no one's gonna be standing around her for 40 seconds in a haunt. People are gonna be long gone. I don't know why they did that, but her audio's Ring Around the Rosie. It's really creepy. And she's eating a brain, and I love her detail. In all honesty, the only reason I have her up kind of high is really just nostalgic reasons. This was one of the first animatronics I was introduced to Spirit, her and Uncle Charlie. So without them, I probably wouldn't be, as into it. And I love her light up eyes. Her motion, I say, is pretty good. The brain is fairly detailed. It's just a normal, just Halloween brain. Her clothes isn't that detailed. And I know she came back 2021. The only reason I didn't pick her up is because I honestly think it wasn't as good. She was too thin. She didn't really have shoulders. I don't know why they did that. It just looked cheaper. I think the red eyes were cool, but it just looks so much cheaper. I didn't want it. Also, she kind of turned goth or something. That was kind of weird. But anyways, definitely one of my all-time favorites. Just prop-wise, she's not the best for a haunt. Because, if you want her to, jump scare people, she probably won't. Because she lunges, 40 seconds into her thing. So, no one's gonna stick around for that long. But I love the detail on her. I just love the quality of her. I think she's decent quality. I actually don't know, because I don't own her. But I just have very nostalgic reasons for her. And I think it's one of, just Spirit's most iconic props in general. And either way is still my favorite, possessed prop. Alright, so let's move on to number 4. And at number 4 is actually a prop that I own, and it's my favorite zombie prop, Twilight Twitcher. He's literally one of the first props we got. He came out in like 2011. I believe he retailed for $200. He is one of my definitely all-time favorite props. He kind of twitches side to side and his eyes light up and he kind of moans, which on surface is a fairly simple zombie. But, you know, in my opinion, the problem with zombies is that you can't do a lot with them. They're just normal zombies. The thing I like, I think Magic Power made him. Let me double check on that. Yeah, Magic Power made him. The thing I like about him is that he just looks different. He has like a blue tint to him. Usually zombies are like brown or like yellowish. He's blue, which I think is just very, very unique. I love that he has a good amount of blood on him. Actually, I think I have one of the goriest props, Spirit Made Berserker Zombie. There's so much blood on him, but that's besides the point. I'll make like another video about him or something. But I love that he has a good amount of blood. His hands in real life are very detailed. I love his shoes, and I just love his, position. I think he's one of the best zombies. Also, I have very nostalgic reasons for him. Also, one of the first props I was introduced to. And kind of a side story, I posted this on my Instagram, but he was actually broken since like 2015-ish. So he literally only worked for like 4 years and he was broken for like 6 years. For some reason this year, I'll just tell the story again. So I put him in my zombie room last year. I didn't really post much about my haunt this year, but I had a zombie room and there's like blue sirens and stuff. I went to turn the blue siren. I accidentally plugged in his plug because I don't know why I still had his plug connected. Just in case one day he did work. I plugged in his plug and I heard robotic sounds. And then, so I turn him on sensor and he literally just starts working. I don't know how it happened because I literally plugged him in and turned him on and he didn't work for years. I don't know what's different about this year, but he worked fine in my haunt. He scared a lot of people. And I'm just really glad he's working again. I don't know what I did, but I'm really glad he's back working again. And as I said, one of my favorite props, in my opinion, one of Spirit's most iconic props. And with the right lighting, he's very creepy. And overall, I really recommend him. If you find him somewhere, I would definitely grab him. And now on to the top 3, I believe. So let's continue the list. So number 3, this is actually my favorite werewolf. It's Wolf Spitter. Mainly just for the idea, like Harvester Souls. The fact that he spits water is just so cool. I believe he was made by, actually let me see who he was made by. Okay, like Twilight Twitcher, he was made by Magic Power Corp, which I think is a decent company, but in general, I didn't mention this about Twilight Twitcher, but I should mention this now. Their quality is not that good. For like Twilight Twitcher, his wires are super thin. They can easily be cut. Like I thought my cat chewed his eye wires for Twilight Twitcher. And I don't have Wolf Spitter, but I heard he's not good quality at all. The motors are loud. Sometimes the water doesn't even work, which kind of sucks. And I really want him to like be remade. I know Magic Power doesn't really do a lot for Spirit anymore. Maybe by, like, SVI, they could probably pull it off. They do a lot of crazy stuff nowadays. But I really want him to come back with better quality. Because if he had better quality, he'd probably be probably my favorite of all time. But his quality is, like motor quality, like electronic quality is just so bad. But, like, Magic Power, they do a good job with, like, detailing on the outside. Like, to me, the foot is just so detailed. Looks insane. The werewolf itself looks very cool. Same with the shirt. And I love, like, the lighting on him. Like, when he spits out water, it's like lit up red, so it looks like blood. It's just very cool, and it's a very cool idea, I should say. He was retailed for $200, which honestly isn't worth it considering he's kind of sucky quality. But the only reason I have him just this high is literally just for the idea. It's just so cool to me that, if it did work, it could spit out water. Like, that's just so cool. But I really hope they remake him with better quality. Someone remakes him. Hopefully SVI or something, or YJ gets the rights so they could try to remake it, or Magic Power themselves just come back. He's not that tall though, he's only like 2.5 feet, but a very detailed and a very cool idea, just werewolf in general. He was sold in 2012, it was like the farm theme or something. Also one of my favorite themes. I'll make a video about themes next. Let's get on to number 2. So for my number 2 props, honestly, I kind of just gotta give it to a company back in the day. Just literally all the life-size Jemmy horse stuff, like in the older days of Spirit. I'll point out my particular favorite, but in general, I honestly like almost all these equally. Like, I have the 2010 Freddy, but also like the 2010 Michael, the 2008 Michael, I think, or 2007, I don't remember. The Jason, the Pinhead, the Hannibal Lecter. But personally, my favorite out of all of them is the Leatherface, but honestly, I like all of them equally. They're all so amazing, and they're all so good quality, and they look so real, and it's kind of sad because Jemmy nowadays kind of sucks. They went a very cheap route, and I hope they can produce, more good quality, like, these figures again. But I don't think that'll happen because just looking at Jemmys nowadays, it's very bad. They definitely took a massive decline, and it's really sad too because, they literally had my second favorite animatronics. Like, I love literally all of them. But now, they're definitely just not good. But anyways, I'll talk about the Leatherface in particular. This is personally my favorite out of all of them. I really like him. I think the detail on him is really good. There's like the 2006, 2007 model. I don't really care for that. I think they're both equally as good. I like them both, but I believe one of them has like eyebrows and one of them doesn't. I don't know which one I think I like the one with eyebrows a little better just because, I don't know, adds more detail to the face and stuff. But just, the insane detail on him is just so good. Also, I believe a prototype exists. I think Halloween Haunt Guy has him. So that's pretty cool. And let me talk about more of his details. His chainsaw looks amazing. There's blood all over him. His outfit's literally looks straight from the movie. His hair looks good detail. His mask looks insane. I think his eye moves, his, like, hand kind of moves to, like, move the chainsaw. The chainsaw chains move, and he moves side to side. The one thing I love about, like, the older Jemmy characters, they had so much motion and so much detail. And they're just always just so good. And I don't think I'll ever get this guy off of eBay because, first of all, he's gonna be old, so, like, he's not even gonna last that long. Second of all, he's very inflated. He's very expensive. And also, I don't really know how to repair animatronics, so, like, if he does break, I can't fully repair him. But his audio's like people screaming and stuff and chainsaw sounds. Very loud, it seems. And a very, very scary prop. Probably, in my opinion, the scariest Spirit Halloween animatronic. However, not my personal favorite. But these two are very close and basically equal in my eyes. So let's get on to number 1.
These are the fields of fear, where your nightmares come to life.
Misfortune is your only fortune. Riches, wealth, gold, and jewels. Brilliant are the dreams of fools.
The farmer in the dell is going straight to hell. Welcome to my farm. You're just in time for the harvest. Hey, my lantern here is dead. Anybody got a candle?
And for number 1, it's a Barnyard Butcher. I basically like both these guys equally. Just prop-wise, Leatherface is probably better, but I really, really like Barnyard Butcher, and I hope so much that he comes back soon, because, man, I really want him to come back. He's made by New Ray's son, so, it's kind of, like, in the air, because New Ray does, like, just small tabletop stuff for Spirit now. However, I know SVI helped New Ray make them. I think SVI might have made the electronics, because I know I saw a setup video and, like, it said, like, SVI on the control box, so my only hope is that SVI can bring him back. And I also have another concern that if they bring him back, he's just going to be way less gory. Like, there's not going to be detail on the head anymore. There's going to be, like, no blood on him. I really hope they don't go that route. I hope they don't change him at all. They just keep him the exact same. Retails for $200, in my opinion, a great price. He had like 7 phrases, all amazing phrases. Very detailed, very bloody, very, very scary. He's 6 feet tall and was made in 2014. Unfortunately, he's not back yet, and he was made in 2014, but I hope so much he comes back. Hopefully 2022. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that he comes back 2022, because I think he's also one of the most props that people want to return the most. So I'd say it's like a 50-50 that he comes back, but man, I hope he comes back. I'm pretty sure almost every haunter wants him back, because personally I love him so much. His head moves, the other head kind of chokes, which is really disturbing, and I think his mouth moves too. But yeah, that's my top 10 list. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again, hopefully soon. Goodbye, everybody.